and then this place over here in Mexico believes some sky people came down, and then this place, you know what I'm saying?
So like, what I what I learned, right, in Greek mythology, which and I don't want to sound like I'm brand new to Greek mythology. I kind of like
you just seen it,
know a little bit about this shit, but some of this shit is like crazy.
Yeah.
So like what I've learned in Greek mythology is that there's this symbol, this creature or being whose name is Uranus, right?
Uranus.
Or Uranus,
Yeah.
right? And he's the main figure of all these other beings that came from it. The Titans, everything. It started with him. And he was created, and then there was the mother of all life, which was what's her name? The lady from Gaia, right?
So Gaia was a Titan.
Gaia was another god before the Titans existed. So it was Gaia and Uranus. And Gaia and Uranus gave birth to all of the other gods and all of the Titans and so on and so forth. Like, so they're the first generation of the gods, right? So Gaia is like Earth, right? And Uranus is an influence. He fell in love with her and whatever, and they got together and they made the Titans, and they also made these other hexagonal whatever the fuck, right? They got like 100 arms and legs and like 50 heads or some shit like that, and all these legs and shit.
You said this is Greek mythology?
Greek mythology. So then there's this like 100-arm fucking beast giant, and then the Cyclops. And
whose side are they on?
They're not on nobody's side. They're just gods.
So do you think the 100-arm creature is related to the
on the move like I need a new hobby. Got a 9 to 5.
The Leviathan, or better question, do you think that certain creatures from the Greek pantheon are real creatures in the King James Version Bible?
They might. That's where I'm going with it.
That's just crazy.
That's where I'm going with it. So I'm like, I'm listening to this because it's different when you like, because I love mythology, right? So it's different when you like, when you watch Hercules or some shit like that, and you
kept the servo.
Yeah, like you seen Xena, Warrior Princess and shit, and then it's different when you actually listen to how Greek mythology is. See, here's another thing. In Greek mythology, I learned that there was an Ethiopian god. I remember the movie Troy. I was trying to discuss with my boy earlier. I'm like, yo, the movie Troy. Why didn't they have this person in there? Because this person is a pivotal person in this mythological storyline.
Because he was black.
He was black. His mother was Aurora, the goddess of dawn.
And think about it.
In the Achilles Troy story that you've seen with Brad Pitt, it was supposed to be a black person that bested Brad Pitt, but Brad Pitt was so agile, or Achilles, I should say, was so agile that he was able to counter the move, and he was able to spear what was his name? Midoxi or something like that.
The Ethiopian king.
The Ethiopian king.
So he lost.
He lost. He was killed.
I mean, you know they ain't gonna put that.
He was killed by Achilles, who was then killed by
the arrow in his Achilles.
Yeah.
Crazy.
The story is Hector's brother killed him. But the story is crazy because it's like, yo, this whole story, the Amazons wasn't in the movie.
The Amazons was in
the Amazons were supposed to be in that fight because Ares was because Zeus at some point allowed the gods to intervene because he had forbade the gods from intervening in that war. He said that Greece was supposed to defeat the Trojans. It was as it was written, and they were trying to interfere because they had one side that they wanted, and Greek even had a side that he wanted.
Yeah.
But he still was like, look, he has to be ordered. You know what I mean? So look.
So Zeus is Uranus.
No, he's not. If you want to say Uranus is Zeus's grandfather, if you want to say that.
Zeus would be Jupiter then, right? Because he's one of the planets that we have. Because I know Mars.
So it's different. It's
Mars
different types.
Aries.
It's different types of mythology. So the planet people are Norse. That's different. So the planet people are Norse mythology.
No, I thought that was Greek mythology.
Greek mythology is Zeus, fucking what's the nigga name? Hades, Poseidon, whatever that shit. Neptune is the god of the ocean in Norse mythology. Right? So Norse is a little bit different. Norse is planets and shit. And Greek is actual like names and shit. But it's similar. Like they all have some similarity. But
because Mars is definitely Aries.
Mars is the god of war, who is the king of everything, which is the god in Norse mythology.
No, I believe
Go
that.
to Valhalla with him and all that other shit. Like that's
I'm just saying
Norse.
Mars is directly related to Greek mythology of Aries.
Right. But that's Norse though. That's not the same. That's not the same
So
shit.
how is that Norse? I thought Norse was
because
my nigga
what
name?
they believe
Thor.
in gods.
Thor or Odin. That's Norse.
Yeah, but that's not the same. They worship the same people but under different names. So they call them planets, and the other people they give them a name or some shit. You know what I mean? They're like astrological names and shit.
Because I think it's all the same thing.
I mean, they are the same thing. It's just they talk about them. They talk about them like different and shit. But all that I'm saying is, all that I'm saying is, all that I'm saying is that the similarities with Greek mythology and the similarities with what people know in the Bible is really freaky. Like one of the things, like what happened with one of the sons of Uranus was they had been bound and set up a certain way. No, Prometheus, right? Prometheus was one of the Titans, right? So Prometheus was a Titan that he gave humans fire. So because he was for the humans, like Jesus, they hung him up, and the way that his body is in the drawings is similar to Jesus. Like he died for his people, he died for us, like that type of shit. So it's crazy. And then and it was pecking his liver out for eternity. The crows would peck his liver out for all eternity or whatever, or eagle or whatever bird it was. It would peck out his sparrow or whatever.
So who did that to him?
Zeus did that to him because Zeus had overthrown the Titans. That's how Zeus became the head honcho type shit. You know what I mean? He had to overthrow the Titans, but the Titans had to overthrow Uranus. And the one that overthrew Uranus was Kronos, and he was like the king of all the Titans at one point. But they enslaved the 100-armed giant and the Cyclops. They didn't walk amongst the other Titans, but it was mad different Titans, like mad people that we think is just like regular guys that's under Zeus. If you don't know about Greek mythology, they're not. They're like Zeus's uncles or some shit like that type shit. So so Prometheus is Zeus's uncle, feel me? But Zeus had taken over all of Olympus, so he controlled all of the gods and Titans and everything because he had the lightning bolt. You know what I mean? And certain people,
brothers and sisters too, right?
It was a lot of brothers and sisters, and there was a lot of
incest in that.
It was a lot of incest. It was a lot of.
How did we arrive here?
Because we're talking about the similarities between Greek mythology and the similarities between Christianity, because it's like very, like when you talk about all these different things, all these different cultures and religions and stuff like that across the globe, they all have some similarities to everything. They all have kind of relative things. Even if you go to Africa, like Egypt, like Horus and all those stories of all those individuals in Egyptian mythology or whatever. All of their religion is kind of like similar to the story of Christians, Christ story and Jesus and all of that. It's very hand in hand. So that's why I was talking about that. But that's not really what we was talking about today. We just like dabbled into that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Pull up.
Who's that?
Fly. He said Tote for Prez wanted to pull up. If he could to the podcast, he want to be a guest. He could be a guest if you don't mind. He just another person.
Oh, he join it from the internet? Oh, we at E-Crib. We not at Smiley Crib.
But shit, like
I don't care.
Hey,
I don't care.
can Tote come over?
Yeah, I don't care.
She said, yeah. Okay. She don't care. All right. Text him the address.
It's 190.
Say what?
yeah,
Right,
we live.
say it.
Yeah, so yeah, so like I just think that it's a lot of similarities in different religions. They cross over with their storylines, because when you believe in a deity or you believe in a god or you worship something in faith, you're gonna have those like their saviors and things of that nature. So it's all of those dynamics that make people act a certain type of way. It's all about control. Even in that long ago, it was still all about control. Like whether you believe those stories are true or not, they call them myths, because nobody's been around, nobody's 1,000 years old, so nobody can really tell you that, yeah, Zeus used to sit down and have coffee with us. You know what I mean? Like that may not be true, you know what I mean? But we can actually say that there's certain stories that we hear that have a lot of similarities, and that boggles me for a lot of reasons.
I mean, when there's smoke, there's fire, bro.
The story about how the world was, like in Greek mythology, there was a golden age of man until Prometheus. No. Until Pandora. Until Pandora.
Oh, niggas opened
the box.
Yeah.
And that was because you was not supposed to accept the gift from the gods. And because he like, all right, I'm going to accept this gift. He accepted the gift. And then when he accepted that gift, his wife was curious and opened the box. Oh, Eve was curious and bit the apple. You see what I'm saying? See the correlation? Like I'm just saying, like shit like that is like, wow, they have all of these stories, and there's several different. You got Samson, who could have been a Hercules or something. You know what I mean? Like you got different characters that are biblical, but also characters in Greek mythologies that have strong similarities. Like, is there a coincidence? Was there some stealing? Because the Romans did take over and then invoke their own beliefs, which created the Catholic religion. You understand what I'm saying? So it could have been whatever. The Templar came in, did whatever they did. You know what I mean? You got a lot of barbarians, a lot of warriors, a lot of fighters in Greek world. Like it was all about war. It was all about conquering. It was all about being strong and drinking and having women and stuff like that. That's what it was about.
Somebody know the truth, because I think they have a lot of that shit under the pyramids, in the Vatican, all these places, and like somebody knows something. You know what I mean? I don't think the general public will ever know unless it's like Armageddon and some shit like that.
Right.
But fucking besides that, I don't think we're ever gonna know. But it's a lot of weird shit going on. A lot of this shit is already like we can't even fathom that they had technologies of a cell phone back in the pyramid days. But what if they did, bro? What if they had levitating shit? What if they had? Because you gotta think, a lot of the history from Egypt was from Atlantis. A lot of that shit from Atlantis. When we think about Atlantis, like, and then when you think about Atlantis, you think of technologically advanced, right?
Right.
Like damn near science looking like magic out here because it's so advanced. So if the Egyptians or the ancient people of Kemet was really learning from these deities full of angels, aliens, gods, whatever you want to call them. You see what I'm saying? But if they were really learning from these beings, and these beings were from Atlantis and shit, they would probably be more advanced than we would be, bro. It makes more sense.
But let's either go deeper to a social economic standpoint, how
And
we
they were
realize
ruling for years.
How we realize that there's a lot of groups that have been, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? They kind of boosted them up, you know what I mean, in a way, right? For lack of a better word. And we feel like we don't really get acknowledgement for the other contributors to society and historical values and stuff. Like, think about, there's a samurai from Japan that a lot of people didn't know about. There's a so-called god or deity in Greek mythology that a lot of people don't probably know about. There's other brown characters in history that we don't know about. For what reason? And not to make it a colorist thing, not to make it a racial thing. It always kind of comes to that. but it only comes to that because you just recognize, like, yo, like they're not going to allow us to profit under a guise that makes us proud of who we are.
Exactly.
Because pride is evil, right? Exactly. But who subscribes to that? You can't be proud of yourself. They're preaching to you to not be proud of yourself, yet they're proud of themselves. Like, what kind of hypocrisy is that? You know what I mean? They hold their race up to the highest level, but they tell you that 7 deadly sins, one of them is pride. You shouldn't want more than you have. You shouldn't want to love who you are.
The 7 deadly sins not even in the Bible. People be saying, oh yeah, the 7 deadly. It's just not even in the Bible. They talk about these things, but it's never like, hey, this is 7 deadly sins that you got to worry about.
Yeah, because there's 10 commandments.
So what I'm saying is, if it's not in the Bible, then certain things were added to the Bible or to the scriptures or to the religion, and then the false narratives come up. So now, like you said, what if pride isn't a sin? What if to be proud of yourself and others was actually powerful? And they spun it around and was like, you know what? We're going to say it's evil, so it humbles us. And we don't even need to be humble.
Right.
Bro, this shit can get deep.
Oh, yeah.
This shit can get crazy.
Yo, welcome to another episode of Get Lifted. Perfect. 30 is the new 20. It's your boy, Smiley Jizzle, and my man's
Chris O. Oh, I forgot my name. Chris O.D. I was about to say OG because I'm on the G.
Because it's about to be Christmas tomorrow.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
it definitely is.
So, yo.
You ain't the first to give me love on Christmas Eve.
Right.
That shit.
New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve, damn. I had a few shots. Like, I ain't gonna hold you.
Talk that shit. I'm on
Got Luna Zoo. Shout out to Luna Zoo.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Mission accomplished. The kids is happy. You know
right. I brought some gifts. You feel me? I try to do
for the kids.
I try to do as much as I can. You know what I mean? Like when you trying to start a business and everything, like nobody understands but you. So like shit's still gonna happen. Birthdays, all of that shit, engagements, whatever.
Nick,
but you still gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta make moves. So you gotta make sacrifices, and you gotta rock with people that understand you making these sacrifices for them. So when you fucking with people that understand you making these sacrifices for them, they don't make too much of a big deal about it. But some people sometimes they get left out, but you do something enough for everybody, so everybody can be happy about it. You know what I mean? But do what you could do, man. Like, I don't subscribe to these Hallmark holidays too much. You know what I mean? But
you heard my daughter.
You know,
say,
everybody want to be like everybody else. So you don't want to leave people out just because of that, because you want to be considering of people feelings and shit.
Absolutely.
Feel me? So it do be that. But other than that, like, I don't give a fuck if I get deodorant like I did last year or a couple socks. It's not a big deal to me. Like,
if I needed socks and I got socks.
Shout out to Unc for getting me those Ghostbuster Iverson 4s. Like, you know what I mean?
That's
for real. Them shits is dope.
Unc said I want a good gift.
Yeah, right.
Good gift.
Yeah, he got a few Nike tracksuits. You know, them shits
ain't cheap.
Yeah, my nigga. Oh my god.
Did you ever use that was you there, right? Well, we got the them discount from Nike Techs from
oh yeah, I forgot, yo.
Nigga.
I gotta hit them up, yo, because
you could have got
them shits is a grip.
I know them shits is
a grip. And I like them now. Like I'm a Nike nigga now. Like I like them.
You know
what I mean?
Nike got some fly shit.
But shit, man.
Whatever it is.
We made it, man. Yo, a few more days, man. We could say we made it to another year. We got conspiracy theory that's been going on. I kind of want to expound on that a little bit. A lot of shit's going on government wise, and you know, some shit that, you know, people could keep in mind to get business. Because I know a lot of people really want to know how to make money sometimes, but a lot of people want to talk about the juicy shit. So I'm gonna try to include a couple of that. We're gonna have a guest coming. I want to include a couple of things in there. So one thing about business, right, is when you start a business, there's gonna be limitations, right? Or not even just limitations, adversity, challenges, right? So there's gonna be stuff that you're gonna have to deal with when you start your business that you're gonna have to be aware of. So I'm one of those people that juggle a lot of things, and I get scrutinized from peers that don't juggle many things, and they just their idea is singular focus, which is not bad, because like a lot of books will teach you that, a lot of, you know what I mean, but sometimes it's all about you as a person. Like, what do you feel like it's overwhelming you? Do you feel like you can do it? Do you feel like you can make it if you go at the pace that you're going at? You do have to be decisive in believing in yourself. Otherwise, you're going to be jumping from one thing to the next. And although some of your peers might give you good ideas, sometimes you have to go with your gut. In a lot of situations, you got to be like, yo, this is what's good for me. It might not be what's good for them, but I'm not them. You know what I mean? Whatever. And it's different shit. Like, we argue that people might be lazy. Like my boy argues with me all the time. Oh, people are lazy. And my rebuttal to that is that
we're not machines, nigga.
It's not even just that.
Yo.
Things are discouraging. So even though, like, we have responsibilities and things that we have to take care of, it's not as simple as us just getting up and just doing it as it sounds for some people. You have to have drive. You have to have.
You have the power. You have to.
You have to feel like there's no other way, type of thing. Like, your back got to be on against the wall sometimes. Like, it's the only answer. How much are you willing to lose? And a lot of people got
that's the problem.
How I feel about myself. Like, I don't deserve to do this. Or whatever.
You know why black people are disenfranchised? Because the government gives us just enough to never feel like that.
Right. That complacency.
If it got down to it, bro, we're gonna figure it out. But because we have government assistance,
the incentives,
niggas is living comfortable.
It's incentivized to be quote unquote lazy, as they call it. You know what I mean? It's incentivized to be like, nobody wants to start their own business when they realize what starting their own business means.
And you can still shit on the black men because make it harder for them to get jobs. You could give the black women jobs
that pay more. Because of diversity, another quote unquote.
So now you're getting bread on top of bread because they're having kids, and the man can't be in the house if she's getting government assistance, right, bro?
Some jobs men don't want to do too. Like, they have 100%. A demand. They have a demand for men to be CNAs, so you could be making around the same amount of money as them in some cases.
100%.
But a lot of times it's not shit that we want to do. Like men want to do men shit sometimes. Like you know what I mean? And it's really like it's more of an incentive for a woman to get that position, or somebody that has been in the union that has all these years of experience. A woman would apply to that position and get it way quicker than a dude that just got out of jail, or a dude that just finished school, or a dude that just graduated in the trade to get a really good job doing that as an apprentice. You got to know somebody really to get on. Like I'm really humbled to have been able to become like a contractor in the way that I did it. I picked up a book or looked at a few fucking videos or a few hours of tutorials or some shit, and boom, I'm a contractor for dummies. You feel me? That type of thing. But everything's self-taught. I'm one of those people where and this is what I say. It's not that easy. Like for me to sit down and really do so many hours in anything is a lot, because I get distracted easily. I'm learning how to control and stay focused on certain things to be able to get through whatever I need to get through. But I used to have a hard time with that growing up. I wasn't like every normal kid, but I knew I didn't belong where I was at. Like some of these kids don't know shit. So I felt like, I'm not like them, but I can I'm still relative to what's going on around me. Like I can still see, this is what niggas doing over here. Like I see niggas selling drugs over there. I see the hand-to-hand movement. I see this. I know this, but I also know that, the theory of relativity is E equals MC squared, quantum physics. I still know a little bit about something about this, about that. And a motherfucker might be like, what the fuck is that? Who said that? Albert Einstein. Who's Albert Einstein? I can tell you shit about shit because I understand it to a sense of I taught myself, or I wanted to learn this, or I wanted to know more about this out of curiosity. It was a lot of distractions in the hood. With all of those distractions, it's hard for you to be able to fucking quote fucking shit or know about different shit. How the fuck do you know about opera? How do you listen to this shit? When did you start listening to this shit? How do you know about Sebastian Bach? Like, who the fuck taught you about that? Nobody in my house is listening to this shit.
It just gotta be in you, bro. I think certain things.
But I'm saying it's not normal. And when
exactly,
I'm telling you, like,
it's not.
In
it's
our environment, with the shit that's going on in our environment, it's not normal. Which is what I'm saying. I'm giving people the pass. It's not that easy. But I'm not saying that
normal
just because it's not that easy. It's like meaning that we can all do it. It's not that easy, but we can all do it, is what I'm saying. And I'm not no different than you.
I believe
we all the same in a sense. Is like we get up and we go and we do it, but we decide to go in the direction that we going.
Check this out. What I'm saying is there's some people that know that certain people get up and have to go out and work hard to make a living. They know this shit, but they're getting money, they're getting paid to really just sit on their ass and shit like that. And they're getting bread though. Like they didn't work for it. It's not like they're getting compensated from an old job, got hurt. They're just really chilling. It's hard to talk to those people. And the problem with that is a large a demographic of people. Like
right.
These motherfuckers are comfortable with just eating off the state or eating off somebody. Niggas eat off bitches out here. My nigga, like niggas, yo, I know certain people or certain niggas that live with their women. And it's like they're older than me. It's like, bro, you didn't learn already, yo, you don't never move in with a woman because she can kick your ass out and you're going to be with the black bag and then what the fuck you going to do? You see what I'm saying? You don't run this shit because, you know what I mean? So, I say that to say this. Some people are just complacent, bro. You know what I mean? It's hard to get through to a complacent nigga that's in a situation that they felt like, hey, like,
but that's what that's what these spaces are for. Like I was talking to the assistant. I'm just gonna say I was talking to a work colleague, right? Mm-hmm. So a work colleague said that, yo, like, to be honest, Annie's significantly younger than I am. And he said, yo, like the thing is that we can do all these other things, but we have an option. And like knowing that we have an option to do something better, why not take that option to do something better? And you could make bread on top of it. Like if it's so easy for you to just go out there and sell drugs and make mad millions of dollars, and everybody would do it. Everybody's not doing it. Everybody not out there selling drugs. I know that for a fact.
Even selling drugs, my nigga. Like,
But whatever business you do, whatever you push, whatever you do, if you do any type of work,
you have to do it well.
You have to know what the fuck you getting involved in, and it's not gonna happen overnight.
100%.
Even selling drugs.
100%.
The only thing you doing, if you selling drugs, you gonna be working for somebody else, right? And you working with their clientele. They're gonna introduce you, yo, this my man's, he gonna be serving you, da, da, da. That's how it's gonna work. It's not gonna be you gonna build a fucking website and fucking be hitting motherfuckers up and shit. It ain't like that. That's movie shit. Some shit that happened on TV be like kind of like whatever, but not everything. Like some of that shit be bullshit.
You could
to make it entertaining.
You gotta do that shit small scale. You can't fuck with too many people because
a lot of people don't know the first thing.
Addicts snitch. Let's tell them that addicts aren't loyal to the dealer, my nigga.
People snitch.
No. Think of what I'm saying.
Snitching. Everybody don't go to the street code and like don't snitch.
Specifically addicts, because addicts don't even know they're snitching. They're just like trying to get high. Like they're legit like, yo, I go here because this motherfucker got the best shit. So it don't matter if it's a cop.
Like if you're really doing some shit, it's got to be specific guidelines to what you're doing. That's what I'm saying. Whatever you doing, and I brought it to the street shit because even with that, there's rules. Like not names, not you know what I mean, certain shit. You know what I mean, codes. We don't talk on the phone. You know what I mean. Like whatever, don't come to my house, all of that type of shit. Like it's all different types of rules with shit.
You break the rules.
Some niggas don't know how to like really do that shit. So that's why it's not a lot of niggas doing it because it's hot. Either they get smoked because they on in a place that they don't got no clearance to be at, to be moving shit, because you stepping on somebody else's fucking shit. So it's either that or you get robbed because you're not smart. You don't got your thing on, you think it's sweet. You know what I mean? You selling shit, nigga. Somebody gonna rob you. At least once, somebody gonna try you. That, or you just really just don't need to be doing it. Like it's not for you. Like if you got friends or some shit and you know somebody, you buy enough for you and you just keep it in the house and then your friends come around and you can be, hey, I got some weed if you guys want some. Hey, give me a couple dollars and you know what I mean? It's shit like that. But if you really want to be a pusher, it's rules. Like, you know what I mean? Just like anything else. Anything that you get into where you're giving a labor or you're giving a product or you're providing a service, there's rules to this shit. You know what I mean? And it always starts with research and development. So it's gonna take you a significant amount of time to build that up. And all that clientele shit, that shit don't come off the muscle. Like you gotta build that shit the fuck up for real.
You see my car.
But the shit is, I mean, shit is real, like, you know what I mean, out here, like, it's a lot of shit that be going on, man, but, like, at the end of the day, you just gotta, like, you just gotta use your brain, man.
Okay, y'all gonna have to come up that,
just use your brain.
Staircase.
Listen.
Be on the move like I need a new hobby. Got a 9 to 5.